First thing I have to ask, when it comes to this kind of sound, like, how did you read this story? Because I can imagine it's almost like the kid who's like, I should be getting coal, but I'm getting this kind of thing too. So, how did you read the script and get into this character?
I mean, yeah, the script was very, I mean, the idea was very confusing to me. And then they sent me the script and I found myself laughing a lot. And then at the end, surprisingly moved. And I thought, wow, this is interesting if we can do this well. I I love, I love Santa Claus. I feel like he's such a mysterious mythological figure. And a lot of my training was I certainly did a lot of physical training for it. I got a lot bigger and I trained a lot of jujitsu and stuff like that. But on the other hand, I also was reading a lot about different mythologies like Saint Nicholas, like where this guy comes from around Christmas time. All cultures have, a lot of them have different versions of a guy who comes around delivering presents or giving bad things to people who've been bad. And, what this guy might have been 10,000 years ago and what our version of him was. It's all, really fascinating to delve into. And then the film really goes into a cool origin backstory of this superhero Santa Claus.
Right. Well, the next thing, of course, we're going to need Godzilla Kong. We're going to need Krampus versus Santa in the next one. I mean, that's what's got to happen next. There's got to be there's so many things he doesn't know too. So what's out there, So
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I'm ready. You go pitch it to Universal. I'm down.
done and done. I guess the best way, when you first read the script, you had it. There wasn't any visuals. How did you explain Violent Night to a friend if they had asked you?
I mean, it was how it was explained to me. I was confused as hell. Like the first time they said it to me, I was like, guys, I don't know about this. But then talking to the director and the producer and then reading the script, I really felt it. I told it to, I guess the first person I told it to was my wife. And I just told it to her. I was like, yeah, it's a Santa Claus, like a Christmas story, but he's super violent and like kills all these bad guys. And I think she laughed. And then she read the script and she thought it was really clever. And, I had a couple people around me read the script whose opinions I really trust. And they all were very enthusiastic about how original it was, how unique it was, and how wild it was. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe we could do this. It's very hard to describe in a single sentence, though. It's at the end of the day, it is a Christmas movie, though. It's a thing that gives you that spirit of Christmas, I hope.
Well, the little girl wishing on Santa, you can't go wrong with that. That's gold for the ages there too. And it's funny, all actors, they always worry that someday they're just going to end up being a mall Santa. So did you look, were you happy that this was your Santa moment and not that one?
Yes, of course, yes.
Very cool. Well, I think the other thing I want to ask you is, when it came to all the action in this too, what was the choreography? Because you have a couple different weapons and even some very inventive things as well. How did that all play out for you?
Well, I talked to this initially when I showed up with the stunt guys. It was funny because the team that did this, they're an incredible team. They did the John Wick movies, they did Matrix, all these different, and they had a lot of offers for big, crazy action movies to go do, but they really wanted to do this. And I was like, guys, why are you here in Winnipeg? We're making this little movie. Like, why are you here? Why do you want to do this? And they were like, we just want to use everything from Christmas and use it to kill someone with. It's like, okay. So they're just so creative, like the amount of things we use, like gingerbread houses and Christmas tree ornaments and lights and tinsel and candy canes and just anything we could think of Christmas wise, we would use as weaponry. So that was a lot of the choreography. And then, yeah, eventually, Santa gets a hold of this hammer. When he was 10,000 years ago, he used to use a hammer as well. So I had to train with this hammer and sort of understand the dynamics of that. Then I was also doing jujitsu training just to do some of the wrestling move type things that he does. And it was exhausting. The choreography is insane in this movie. And they wanted me to do as much of it as I could so they could shoot my face. And I tried to do as much as I could. I did a lot of it. And it was exhausting, but also really exciting just because, it's so rare you get to work with people that are just top of their game like these guys.
For sure. Well, it's definitely resumeable. More importantly, your agent's gonna get a call from me. We're making gift wrap boxing gloves and candy cane brass knuckles. Like this is the new
The
holiday
whole
thing coming
brand
out.
for you. It's the whole brand for you.
Oh yeah, David Harbour. David
I get-
Harbour's providing Christmas. You know all the different things that
What
go into
product?
that.
Do I get
all
a
the
jacket like that though, man? That jacket is
100,
sweet. I want
100%,
that
100%.
jacket.
We're gonna take you to all the hunting shows. Like it's gonna be interesting.
Yes, me and you in jackets like that. I want you there too.
100%.
In the
Well,
back with the brass knuckles.
100%. Well, I want to thank you very much. Had so much fun with this, and I hope you did as well. More importantly, I hope everyone in your world is happy and healthy, and I hope to see you back in the States very soon, too.
Thanks, man. It was a real pleasure talking to you. Merry Christmas.
Pleasure.